Hello everyone, this is Srikanti and today we are learning about the topic of a reasoning soul in the machine. Let's look at the next slide. And this is what we are overviewing in today's lesson. In slide 1 we'll learn about how of what idea why ideas are powerful. In slide 2 we are going to learn where do ideas come from. In slide 3 we are going to meet Mr. Rene Descartes, and in slide 4 we are going to talk about the body and the mind, and in slide 5 we are going to I'm going to be talking about real life examples or based on two real life stories. And in slide 6, we're going to talk about can science explain? And in question 7, I'm going to be giving you guys some questions that you guys can reflect on. And in slide 8, we're going to talk about why ideas matter. Let's get started. Have you ever had a great idea in the morning only to realize later that it wasn't so great after all? Well, that happens to a lot of people. As we grow up, especially in the late 20s and 30s, we learn that not all ideas should be acted on the right away. When we were younger, we might get excited to try something too quickly, and sometimes that gets us into trouble. Now we understand that some ideas just need time. They might grow into something wonderful or they might just pass, and that's okay. Some ideas are meant to be kept in our minds for a while before we decide if they're really helpful or not. Where do ideas come from? Ideas often come from experiences or from wha- of what we see, feel, and what we go through in life. These ideas help us figure out what we need, what we believe, and how we see the world. The cool thing is, one idea can lead to another, and sometimes even lead to new ways of thinking. And that's how big thinkers and scientists come up with their theories and discoveries. But not all ideas are useful. Some are just interesting to think about, while others can really help us live better lives or help other people. Okay, a long time now we are going to be talking about history. So basically, a long time ago, there was a man named Rene Descartes who lived in 1600s. He was one of the early thinkers who helped shape psychology, which is the study of mind. He came up with an idea called dualism, which means he believed that the mind and the body are two different things. He thought that the body was like a machine, physical one with bones, muscles, organs. But he believed that the mind was something else entirely. The mind is where we think, feel, dream, and even make choices. He even said that the mind might live in a tiny part of the brain called the pineal gland, which you can see in the red portion. Through people though people don't though people today don't all agree with that. Okay, now for mind and body, this Carthus wasn't the first one to think about the mind and the body. He learned from even older thinkers like Plato, the dude on the right, and Aristotle, which is the dude on the left. But Plato believed that in a world of perfect invisible ideas and thought of our soul or our minds come from that world. Aristotle believed that the mind and the body were connected like two sides of the same coin. But Descartes agreed with the parts of both. He said that the body comes from the physical world like food, air, nature, but the mind comes from something deeper, maybe even from a spiritual world. Today, some people still believe this, and others think everything about us, including thoughts, feelings, comes from brain and body only. Now, let's talk about the real life examples. The way that we think about mind and soul can affect how we live and how we feel when we die. The speaker in the story shared two real life examples. One was a friend from a military who believed only in the physical body and brain and nothing more. He didn't believe in any afterlife or spiritual world. When he was dying, he was very scared because he didn't know what would happen next. But years later, the speaker was with a woman named Mary, who was very sick with the cystic fibrosis. It's a genetic lung condition. She believed in God and heaven. Even though she was dying, She was calm and peaceful. She wasn't afraid. These stories show how our beliefs can change either peace or fear, especially during the hard times. Now let's go into the slide of s- can science explain? Some scientists believe that everything that we think and feel can be explained by studying the brain. Others believe that there's more to us than just neurons and chemicals. Psychology is a science that studies the mind, but not all psychologists agree on what the mind really is. Some thinkers, some think that it's just part of the brain, but others, like Descartes, think it's something separate, more mysterious, or even spiritual. And this is why psychology is different from biology. Biology studies the body, but psychology tries to understand our thoughts, emotions, and choices too. Now let's look at the questions to explore. Now, where do our feelings come from? Are they just chemicals in our brain, or is there something deeper? Or is there something deeper? Or is it more than just inside us, like a soul or spiritual? Now, when we feel sad, scared, or joyful, is it just is that just chemicals in our bodies, or is it something deeper that science can't fully explain? Now, these are the kinds of big questions that early thinkers like Descartes or Aristotle asked. They didn't always have the answers, but they didn't always have the perfect answers, but they gave us a way to start thinking about them. Now, why do ideas matter? Ideas are important because they help shape how we live. But we need to be wise about which ideas we believe and follow. Some ideas are fun to think about, but don't really help us in life. But others can guide us to become more better people, more loving, kinder, and wiser. As we grow and learn, it is good to ask questions and stay curious. It's okay not to have all of the answers, as long as we keep exploring of what it really matters. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.